Good morning. All right, so I'm totally committed to doing these Facebook Lives and just coming to you as the naked communication storytelling comes to me. So I'm actually sitting in my car because I have a really full day, and I'm sitting in my car outside of the post office because I'm about to go mail off several copies of my book, Naked Communication, as gifts to some special people around the world. So I'm sitting here and it's not open yet, and I was like, I'm going to jump on now because I know that I have one thing after another today, and I wanted to make sure to connect with all of you. So this is what came to me to share with you today, and it's something I've talked about a lot in my book, in my writing, in my coaching, all of it. And it's something that is really coming up for me around the holiday season, if it's holiday season for you, depending on, what you practice and what part of the world you're in. But it's something that is free to both give and receive, and it feels amazing to both give it and receive it. It's not one of those things where just receiving it feels good. It really feels awesome to also offer it. So it's called, dun dun dun, nothing new here, but just a reminder, appreciation. And appreciation is such a profound way of having others feel seen and heard and valued. And it really, honestly, in this time of so much consumerism, at least in the United States, for me, it's such a reminder of how much our communication, our words, can demonstrate love and appreciation more profoundly than almost anything else. So this came up for me again because last night it was yesterday, a couple of things. Yesterday, I was dropping my son off at school, and there was a mom, dropping her child off, and she said, "I'm reading your book, and it's going to help me so much. It's really awesome." And I thought, oh my gosh, wow, thank you. I said, I really hope it does. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. She said, it's a great read. It's so useful, and it's really going to help me. The helping me part was the part that for me was like, yes, because that was the whole point of writing this book, was to get it into people's hands so that they could feel supported and move forward in how to create amazing relationships in their lives, and that through that we could really cultivate more peace and community on this planet. So that's really my biggest treasure with naked communication. And then it was late at night. I had a very full day. You might have seen my my live from last night where I talked about coaching my son's basketball team and got real about the things I suck at. So if you haven't seen that, you can go watch that, because being naked communication is also being, clear with ourselves. But so last night I had this full day, and before bed, a notification popped up on my phone. I don't keep my phone in my bedroom. This is before I actually got into bed, because my bedroom is sort of my sacred space. And a notification popped up from a woman whom I met a year and a half ago. I've only met her once. We were at a conference together, and we've stayed in communication kind of as business friends. And she sent me a message that said, she said, one of my clients is reading your book and working through the workbook. There's a free companion guide that goes with it. She said she's working through the workbook and reading your book, and it has helped her tremendously and really supported her on her journey. And my heart just, again, was like so flooded with gratitude to hear that appreciation. Because when you create something and you share it with the world, or when you're just out there being you, being generous, being kind, whatever that is, it is a profound experience to have somebody just acknowledge that who you are, or what you've created, or what you've offered has made a difference for them. It really does make you feel seen and valued. So appreciation, free to give, free to receive, feels awesome either way. So I'm kind of an appreciation giving junkie too. And any of my friends or people I work with will tell you this. I'm kind of an inherent, I was never a cheerleader, but that kind of thing. I really like to motivate and encourage and rally people up. A rally call for their greatness, for what else is possible in the world, for taking risks that could lead them into something that is bigger or the next level than what they've been doing before. And I love to offer appreciation along the way, because people often don't see themselves in their full glory. And so when I notice about somebody that they've been extraordinarily courageous, or they've taken great care to produce something, or they took a big risk to have a conversation with someone in their life, I really try to say, oh my gosh, I noticed, as specifically as I possibly can, to really appreciate specific aspects of their character or their development or their growth. So I was on the phone with a client earlier this week, and we've been working together now for probably, I want to say 6 to 9 months at least. And I could tell she just couldn't really see for herself the magnitude of her own growth, which is, I mean, when I tell you like a whole new person, her growth has been one of the most extraordinary I've seen. From being so scared and small and sad and feeling physically weak and unwell to being way more connected to her beauty, her power, her gifts, her strengths, so much more courageous in the way she talks to people and shares herself in the world. And so I asked her to identify where she thinks she's grown, and she kind of pieced out these little things, and I jotted down some notes. And then I said, I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to read back to you all of the ways you've grown. And I just want you to let it wash over you and you to really take it in. It was such a fun exercise for both me as the giver of appreciation and her as the receiver. I spoke back to her the nuggets of what she gave to me. However, I added all that I had seen. I grew them and expanded them into what I really saw as her own enormous transformation. And for about 3 minutes, I just acknowledged and appreciated how extraordinary she is. And she was really moved. Oh my gosh, she said, when I hear you say that to me, I realize how huge it is and how much I gloss over my own accomplishments and my own strengths. So appreciation this time of year, appreciation, for the fact that I'm sitting in a warm car on a freezing day, appreciation for people around you, and just taking a moment to offer it. And then when it's offered to you, to really taking a moment to let yourself feel it and let it in and feel that love. Because I kind of did gloss over those 2 appreciations I received yesterday. And then I was this morning thinking about it, popped into my head again, like, because the woman sent me a follow-up message this morning and about her client writing a review for my book. Anyways, and I thought, oh my gosh, it feels so good to hear that. And so let yourself really feel it. Let yourself really feel appreciated for who you are and what you do in the world. So that's all. That's your naked communication nugget today. If you love this video, please share it with some people in your life. Share it out to your community. Spread the appreciation. And if you haven't yet read Naked Communication, you can get a free sample on my website at sagebhobbs.com, or you can just grab the book on Amazon. It's only $2.99 on Kindle, so pretty affordable for a huge shift in how you relate to people going into the holidays. Naked Communication. Much love. Talk to you soon.